So welcome everyone. Welcome to this second practice of our Yin Healing series. And for today's practice, we are gonna need extra cushions and bolsters. If you have the blocks, also grab the blocks and blankets. Because today we are gonna be working with fatigue. So every day we are going to be working or dealing with something. The first practice was with stress, today is with fatigue. And we're going to do a more restorative practice. So the difference between Yin and restorative is a very similar practice, but the main difference is that in Yin Yoga, we allow the gravity to do the work. So we are still playing with the edges of the body. And as we described it in the previous class, the edge is the first resistance that we feel when we enter in the pose. And it's not too much, it's that first opening that we feel in the body. When we find that first edge, we stop there. And then maybe after a minute or two, the body opens up a little bit and you can go a little bit deeper. So in Yin, this is how it works. We are allowing the gravity to do the work, and we are not using many props. Yes, we are using props still to get more comfortable, to allow the bones to be supported, because when the bones are supported and when we feel supported, it's much easier to let go. If we feel that, if we don't feel grounded, if we don't feel supported in our body, then we create even more tension. So yes, in Yin, we are using bolsters and blocks and even straps, but we play with the edges in the body. That means that maybe after a while, we take the block out, or that means that we are taking the cushion out or putting a little bit lower. And in my practice, for example, like I always use the block to support my head, but maybe after a while I take it out, and it's just when my body tells me that it's ready to move deeper. Sometimes I leave it there, and that is the practice for that day. But in restorative, we are using many props and many bolsters and many blankets. And Susie, that has been with me doing the Yin teacher training here in Bali, I saw you some pictures of how restorative practice looks like, and it's pretty much like full of blankets with your arms and your legs, and you can even like put eye mask to keep all the attention in, and they are holding poses for much longer time, and it's a more, I would say, gentle. So in Yin, it can get, as you experience, it can get quite intense sometimes, and especially not just physically, but emotionally and mentally, and even energetically, you feel a lot during the Yin practice. In restorative as well, you're gonna feel, but it's not as intense. And today, it's not gonna be 100% restorative, but it's going to be more supported. So in most of the poses, we're going to be supporting our body, or supporting our chest, supporting our arms with the blocks, with the cushion. So if you need extra, maybe now is a good time to have them, to grab them. Another thing that I would like to suggest is that if you like music, you can play the music as here at home. Sometimes if I play and then with the headphones, it can be not the best quality of the music. And I think I share one of the playlists that you can play. I really like handpan music with Yin Yoga, with no lyrics, like very gentle. Or you can use this opportunity to don't have music at all. And that is also very good practice to bring all attention in without having any distraction from the outside, besides my voice. And if I talk too much, you can also let me know. And as I say the first class, that at the beginning of this week, I'm gonna be guiding more, but at the end, I would like to guide less and less and less, so you have more time to go inward. So that being said, let's take a moment to arise. So find your comfortable sitting position. Any cross-leg position you find comfortable. You can use the block or the cushion under your buttocks, or you can sit with the cushion in between your legs. The most important thing is that you keep your spine straight. And you can be facing down. And you can close your eyes whenever you feel ready. We start by taking a few long, deep, full breaths. You can even sigh out if that feels good. You can take a few deep breaths, inhaling through the nose and exhaling through the mouth and sighing out. As a sign of relaxation and letting go. As we start feeling into our bodies and relating to the earth beneath us. The first connection that we make with the earth is through our feet, through our legs, and the sitting bones, the pelvic floor, or the perineum area. So feeling into this part of your body, your lower body, making sure that this part of your body is relaxed. It's also the first layer is the physical body. Is connected with Muladhara. Muladhara is connected with the physical layer. Both ways work. The first connection is through the feet, through the legs, and through the pelvic floor. Then we go a little bit higher into your pelvis, Swadhisthana chakra, or the sacral, and also the tailbone is relaxed. Making sure the pelvis is in a neutral position. Sometimes we are tilting the pelvis forward or backwards. It can be very subtle, but it can change how grounded you feel when you actually bring your pelvis neutral. Going a little bit higher into the belly is relaxed. The low back is relaxed. The rib cage is relaxed. We're gonna move up into Manipura chakra, the solar plexus, relaxing this area in our body. Moving higher into our Anahata or heart center, relating to the chest, to the upper back is relaxed, the shoulders, the arms, the hands, and the fingers. We know this is an extension, the arms and the hands are an extension of the heart. The neck is long. The chin is slightly towards the chest, so we lengthen the back of the neck. Moving into the throat chakra. Moving a little bit higher into the face, relax your face. Relax the jaw, relax the eyes, the physical eyes, the eyebrows. Relax your forehead, and this is where the Anja chakra or third eye chakra is located. We are talking about energy points, but these energy points are all connected physically, mentally, emotionally. And when we physically release tension, we are also affecting all the other layers in the body. And we move a little bit higher into the seventh chakra, the crown chakra, to the top of the head. The first, that connection with the higher self, with divinity, all that it is. And noticing the quality of your breath. You're going to start lengthening your breathing. Take a long, deep, full breath. And as we saw in the last session, when we are in a stressful situation, we start breathing very short and shallow. And when we are for long periods of time in situations of stress, trying to get things done, too much activity into the mind, we can get burned out and feel chronic fatigue. This is what we are going to be working with today. And we start with our breath. Everything starts with the breath. Conscious breathing. You can practice abdominal breathing or belly breathing throughout the whole practice, or the natural breath also works. And during this practice, we prioritize in presence. Mindfulness. Mindfulness means to be aware of what is happening from moment to moment inside of us. And it's okay if there is distraction from the outside or sound, maybe some dogs and comes to say hello, or cats. There's always something happening from the outside, and during this time we want to feel grounded into our bodies. We want to find that center within ourselves. So no matter what is happening outside, we feel safe, we feel secure, we feel grounded, and within our center. So last minute here, practicing conscious breathing. Using the breath as an anchor. And every time you notice that you are wandering in your mind, come back to your breath. Placing the hands together into Anjali Mudra in front of your heart. Taking a moment to set an intention for today's practice. What would you like to dedicate your practice to? Is it flexibility or mindfulness, or you would like to dedicate this practice to yourself or someone special in your life or something else. Think about your intention and keep coming back to your intention throughout your practice. It's a way to redirect our attention, our focus. I'm gonna open this session chanting one unifying Om. You can join me if you like. Take a deep inhale through your nose. Come back to your normal breath. Release your hands down into your thighs and open your eyes. So we're gonna move into the first Yin pose. We're gonna move into supported child's pose. So same child's pose that we normally do, but this time we're gonna use more cushions, maybe one or two to support your chest, as you might want to go a little bit higher with your chest. You might also want to support your head. And if you need, also support your knees with the bolster or with the blanket. So take your time. There's no rush to get into your shape. Make sure that your feet are comfortable. Make sure that your knees are okay also. And that your chest is supported with the cushion. This is going to be a more restorative version of our Yin practice. And one way to make it a little more restorative is to use more props to feel supported, to feel that we can relax and let go of any tension. So the principles of Yin Yoga, remember, the first principle is to find the edge in your body, to find the first resistance. That means that you may feel a very gentle stretch in an area in your body, maybe the inner thighs or your low back. Maybe you feel the stretch into the quadriceps. Maybe you feel more into your low back, as the low back is the compression here. So feeling your body, noticing where you feel the sensation. And without looking for a very strong sensation, sometimes all we need is a gentle, subtle stretch, and that still can be very profound. Making sure that your shoulders are relaxed and your hands are relaxed. And in this pose, we are decompressing the low back. The low back is also connected with the adrenal gland. That when we are in situations of stress for a long period of time, we can empty the resources of our body, even leading up into adrenal fatigue or burnout. It's when we don't give the body time to recover, to rest properly, maybe because there's so much going on outside, worries, stress, decisions to make. And we are constantly in a fight and flight response, releasing cortisol. And when we don't have time to rest, time to recover, to let go, it can be too much for our body, for our organs, for our system. So working with the spine, and especially working with that area with the low back, compressing and stretching the spine and the kidneys and the adrenal glands to stimulate the energy into this area, to allow the tension to release, allowing the blood to move, to flow, and also allowing the nervous system to take a little break. With the breath, with the long, deep, full breath, we are activating the parasympathetic nervous system, the relaxation response. So important to activate in these situations of fatigue, of stress. Nothing to do, no one to be, nowhere to go. All we are doing in this moment is cultivating presence, simply being. That is already so much. And once you feel ready, you can send the chest up and forward. You start lifting up, taking your time. And we want to move particularly slow in this practice. So sending the chest forward into the mat and lie down into your belly. So bringing the knees together, legs back, feet back, sliding into the belly. Or another option is to lie down on the back. Rebound. Feel. Feel what happens when you release the pulse. Feel the sensations moving throughout your body. What do you notice? What is here? What is coming up to be released? Investing in rest. A very nice investment. And once you feel ready, you can bring your hands into the mat, preparing for spin pose. So spin pose is when the forearms are resting into the floor. Maybe this is a lot for you, and you can go lower, sending the forearms forward more. Or if this is too much for your back, you can simply lie into the belly. You can also support your chest with the bolster. And in this way, you don't have to be holding with your arms. Another option is to use the block to support your forehead. And in this way, your neck is relaxed. And another option is bringing the elbows into the floor and the chin resting into your hands. But remember that to be able to completely let go, you want to feel supported. You want to make sure that your bones are supported and you can relax and let go. Compressing the lower back, the kidney area. As we saw in our last Yin series, the 5 elements. The kidneys is related to the water element. So it's working with the spine, it's working with the back line of the body. Also with the front line of the body, the inner thighs and the groin. So for today's practice, we are going to be working a lot with the spine. Breathing deeply. The second principle of Yin Yoga is once we find a resistance, the first resistance, we commit to stillness. And personally, this is what has been the most healing aspect of the Yin practice for me in my life, that stillness, that I will not find during my daily life. I'm a very active person, very social person. Yes, I meditate, but during the yoga practice, I was always practicing Yang styles, Vinyasa or Ashtanga or Hatha. And I find stillness very, very healing and powerful. An opportunity to go inward. And on the next exhale, you can slowly release the bolsters and the blocks, letting yourself space to lie down into the belly and to find your rebound. So you can wiggle your hips side to side or your legs or whatever you need. Maybe to find a stillness right away again. But always listen to your body. Your body knows much better than me what is happening inside, what do you need from moment to moment. The more we listen to our bodies, the more we can trust them. And the more in tune with ourselves we become. We're going to go for a second round. And this time, you can choose to come back into a spin pose with the forearms resting into the mat, or maybe you can choose to go a little bit higher this time into the seal pose. So the seal pose We lift the elbows off the mat, or if this is too much, you can always send the hands forward. Your hands can be close towards each other, but if this feels tight for the shoulders, you can open your hands wider. Again, resting the forehead on the block, or you can look forward, you can look down. Check for yourself. Try different variations and see which one works better for you. Another beauty of the yin practice is that it's not about how the pose looks like. As in many yoga practices, we are so concerned how we look, if it looks beautiful and perfect or not. But I mean, alignment is important in yang practices. In yin, we are working with a functional approach, which it means that as long as you feel it, you are doing it. Working with target areas. In this case, working into the spine. Giving a very nice stimulation for the kidneys. If you feel tired, if you need the boost of energy, you can take this pose for as long as you can hold it. Maybe 3 minutes, maybe even longer, 4 minutes, 5 minutes. It can get quite intense. And in this practice, time is the key. In my personal practice, maybe I hold this pose between 4 to 5 minutes. One of my teachers, Sarah Powers, she practices this pose for a long time. She has kidney issues. We're talking about more than 12 minutes, and she practices this pose every day. Not sure if it's true or not, as I'm not in her house, but the longer we practice, you feel the most, and you hold for longer and longer periods of time. More stimulation. And sometimes my practice, I cannot hold for too long. Sometimes I hold for a very long time, depending on my mind. So here we are playing a big role in the mind. Allow the mind to come and allow the mind to go. The thoughts, how they come and how they go. Without getting us back into the history that is happening. And on the next exhale, you can start releasing your forearms down, your chest. You can choose to lie down into the belly, or you can turn around and lie down in the back. Make sure that you remove the cushions and the blocks out of the way, as we don't want to have them on the mat, and you have space to open your body and to relax. Bring your hands side to side of your chest. And remember, in this practice, we want to move very slowly, lifting the chest up. We want to give ourselves time to go from one pose to the other. And we sit into the mat, moving into a supported caterpillar pose. So it's a forward bend. And when I say supported, you can support everywhere and anywhere. That means that if you have very tight hamstrings, you might want to bend the knees, and maybe your knees are supported with a blanket, or your buttocks is supported with a cushion, and in that way you tilt the pelvis forward more, and it's very nice if you have lower back tightness or sciatica. And you can support also your chest with one or two or three or as many as you want. So everyone has different cushions at home and probably don't look the same. You can support your head with your hands, or you can simply relax into the cushion or up in the air. You can close your eyes. The third principle of Yin Yoga. Once we find our edge, we commit to stillness, and we stay for a while. That means that we stay for at least 3 minutes. Some poses are very, very challenging, and we can just hold it for 1 minute or two. But as we work with the fascia, with the connective tissue, we want to stay for a long period of time. See how you are breathing. You're still breathing deeply. So during the yin practice, you can lengthen the breath. There's another breathing practice, or pranayama practice, that I really like. It suits very well the yin practice. It's 1 to 2 ratio. Means that the exhalation is double. We inhale for 1 and we exhale for 2. Or we inhale for 2 and we exhale for 4. Very calming, very soothing, very relaxing breath. Or belly breathing. And we notice the breath into the lower belly, the lower dantian, how it expands during the inhalation and contracts during the exhalation. Rest and self-care are so important. When you take time to replenish your spirit, it allows you to serve others from the overflow. You cannot share and serve from an empty vessel. Taking this time to heal, replenish, taking this time to rest. to let go. See how deep you can relax. Your upper body, your shoulders are relaxed. Feel the chest very relaxed. Feel the spine rounding and creating space in between vertebrae. Feel the low back decompressing and stretching. The pelvis is relaxed, the tailbone is relaxed. The pelvic floor and the whole back line of the body is being stretched. Noticing how it feels. And how these feelings and sensations change from moment to moment. Observing how everything changes. And the beauty and the healing aspect of any yoga practice or any style of yoga is that we are cultivating presence and mindfulness. So we can give a little break to the mind, to the planning, figuring it out, what is going to happen, what we are going to do, all these expectations and plans that we have, and we can let that go. Because our mind also needs time to rest. Not just the physical body, but the mind also. And we can create so much tension, even without knowing, but just keeping the mind very active all the time. When we notice that the mind is running, planning, going to the past, going to the future, if you can simply observe that. Be the observer. Use the breath as an anchor. And in the next inhale, very, very slowly start lifting the chest up. Take your time. You can remove the posters out of the way and bring your hands behind your buttocks and lie down. No rush. Extending the legs forward. Feeling into your body. Feel the breath, how it changes sometimes. And I feel like you are taking a longer breath, a deeper breath. And I feel like tingling sensations throughout your body. Or warm. Or you can see colors. Images coming. What is happening for you? During this practice, we are helping our hormones to be regulated, improving digestion, the blood flow, and calming the active nervous system. Exhaling deeply. Allowing our bodies to relax, to rest, to restore. And once you feel ready, you can bring your knees into your chest. You can roll side to side. And release your legs to the side and coming up. So we're going to move into snail pose. Just for today's practice, I will suggest to do on the wall because it's more restorative. But if you choose to, if you find that a snail pose is very relaxing for you, you can go into the full snail pose. So remember, the snail pose is the yin version of shoulder stand. So you can bring the legs 90 degrees up in the wall. Another option is to bring the cushion under the buttocks and then your legs up in the wall, or to bring the legs all the way back. So I'm going to demonstrate just in case that you don't remember how it looks like. And you can always support your feet with the cushion that will be supported nails. So the hands can be resting side to side, or you can rest your hands into the low back. And we get a nice stretch into the whole spine and into the legs. If the legs, the hamstrings feel very tight, you can bend the knees. So take your time. Target area is the spine. Very nice decompression for the low back. So if you want to do this variation more restorative, bring the buttocks close to the wall. The feet can be to the side, yes. Getting into this pose can be quite challenging, but try to slide your buttocks close to the wall. Yes, perfect. And you can close your eyes. And relax here. You can place your hands into the belly and feel the belly rising, feel the belly falling. Also, if you're in your moon cycle, this is the restorative version, when we are not into the full inversion, but halfway. I really like this variation when I'm in my moon cycle, just bringing the legs 90 degrees up in the wall. It helps to release tension on the legs, to allow the flow to move from the feet down. Feel the breath. See if you are still breathing deeply, or if you are already shortening the breath. Noticing if there is any tension that you are still holding in your body. Maybe on your face, maybe on your eyes, maybe on your shoulders, maybe on your throat, your heart center. Where do you feel that you need to create more space in your body? What do you feel that you need to give attention, love, or breathe deeply through the areas of tension? As this is one way to allow the tension to dissolve. very therapeutic practice to slow down, to give ourselves time to feel. Once we feel, we can notice if we are still holding, we are still contracting, we are still engaging. And we consciously release that area in your body. Yoga is the settling of the mind into silence. When the mind has settled, we are established in our essential nature, which is unbounded consciousness. Our essential nature, or the Buddha nature, how it's also called, is usually overshadowed by the activity of the mind. Giving a little rest to the mind, to breathing deeply. Choosing to be here, fully present, connected to your breath, to your body. And on the next exhale, you can make your way out of the pose, taking your time. So you can slowly bend the knees and the legs to the sides and the arms to the side, like in a fetus position. Take your time. Dropping the legs to the side and making your way back into the mat by letting on the side, letting into the belly, or letting into your back. All these ways are good as a rebound. And make sure that your spine is in a neutral position so the energy can flow freely again through your legs, through your chest, through your arms, through your whole body. Bringing the knees towards the chest, hugging in. And roll side to side very gently. And slowly coming up. Moving into a supported recline butterfly. That means that we are using the cushions to support the back. And you can also use the block to support the back of the head. Feet together. If your ankles are not comfortable, you can support your feet also with a blanket or by folding the mat to have a little more padding. You can send the feet forward to make a long leg butterfly, or you can choose to bring the feet a little bit closer, but a little more gentle when the feet are forward. And once you feel ready, you can lie down. Options, you can open your arms. Also, you can support your arms with the pillows or simply resting into the floor. You can close your eyes. Working with the spine. Full long deep breath. Good. How deep you can relax. In some poses, you may feel that it's a little bit harder to let go. Other poses, almost like you falling asleep, but we still want to be in an alert state. You don't want to drift off and fall asleep. You want to stay present with the breath. But if you fall asleep, if that is the case, also means that you are very relaxed. And that is also the goal. The goal is not to fall asleep, but the goal is to relax. So don't be too hard with yourself if that happens. Just noticing the breath, noticing your belly. Taking a body scan if you feel that your mind is drifting off, that you don't really feel much. Feel the body from the inside out. And body scans are a very useful tool to use to ground into our body. You might feel more sensations into the upper back. A very nice way to open the heart space as well. The inner thighs and the glowings also are getting a nice gentle stimulation. Working with that middle energy channel, the Sushumna Nadi. The chakras are located along the spine. Yeah, we are really enhancing the energy that flows through the Sushumna Nadi. We're simply taking these poses and holding them for a long time. Give yourself permission to relax completely. We are enough. We can allow ourselves to become still and restore our bodies and minds, our spirit. And this is not like luxury, this is not something we are doing in a selfish way, but in a need, in a necessary way, as in Chinese medicine. Doing is as important as non-doing. You want to find an equilibrium between the yin and the yang. And in today's societies, being productive and being busy means to be successful, to be someone until we burn out. We need to rest, need to take time for ourselves, to simply be, to listen to our bodies. And once you feel ready, you can slowly extend your legs or bring the knees together first and roll to the side of fetus position. So take your sweet time. This corona time maybe teach us or taught us how not to rush. Or maybe not. Maybe you are one of those who are super busy still. Taking your time, know where to go. Lying down. And feel shifting the changes. Feel the sensations moving through your body. Anchoring into the breath. Each exhalation is the opportunity to relax deeper. Once you feel ready, you can bring the knees into the chest. Hug your knees. Go side to side. And the last few poses, it's going to be recline twist, but this time supported. So you can use the bolsters next to your left side of your body. Opening the arms. Your arms can also be supported with a blanket with your shoulders. And you can bring both legs to the left side, looking to the right shoulder. So we want to be extra gentle with ourselves during this practice. You can close your eyes. Notice the quality of your breath. Are you still here or you're somewhere else in your mind? Check in, tracking the sensations throughout your body. How much you can feel in this moment. Full, long, deep breath. I know I say that a lot, but if your mind is as busy as mine, the monkey mind is quite active. I need guidance sometimes to keep coming back, to keep bringing my attention into my body, into my breath, into the present moment. So we use these techniques, the breath, Ujjayi breath during the Yin practice, or also the Yin practice. You can also practice Ujjayi breath. Or Yin breathing, or belly breathing. Some mindful practice is to scan the body. Body scans are very useful. And you can even count your breath up to 10. Each inhale and exhale. And when you finish, you can start again. These are tools that we use to anchor yourself into the moment, to this moment-to-moment experience, and keep changing and shifting, and just like life. Just like nature and the seasons, the day and night. We can learn a lot by looking into nature, learning from nature. How humans, we like security, we like need the safety, but at the end of the day, nothing lasts forever. And attachment can also cause suffering. Buddha said, and pain is inevitable. I can never say this word. We cannot avoid pain, but suffering is optional. So letting things to come, letting things to go. And in the next inhale, bring the legs back to the center. And you can release both legs down into the floor. Take a moment to feel. If you notice, today we are practicing a little bit longer poses. We're holding for longer times. So maybe it feels different also within yourself. if you're ready, let's go to the other side. So move the cushion to the other side. And open your arms. If the shoulders feel tight, lower your arms. If there is any pinching sensation on the shoulder, change the position of your arms. And commit to stillness. Remember sometimes that a gentle sensation is enough. Because the goal is not to become flexible. That is more like a byproduct of the yoga practice. Of course, it is to open the body and to release tension. Prioritizing in mindfulness, in presence. Long, deep, full breath. And I think if there is any difference between the right side of the spine and the left side, the torso, the right side, the left side, the ribs, the hips, the arms, these two sides might be totally different. So noticing how it feels for you. You still here? Are you somewhere else in your mind? Check in, feel your breath, anchoring into your breath. inhale, bring the legs back to the center. You're going to prepare for the final relaxation savasana. You can go right away, or you can bring first your knees to the chest and hug your knees. Get a little roll side to side with the spine, massaging the low back, massaging the kidney area, the adrenal glands, looking into the kidneys. And once you feel ready, you can release your legs. You can also support your legs with the bolster under the knees. You can cover your eyes with a towel, and you can cover yourself with the skull. Let's take a deep inhale through the nose. Deep exhale through the mouth. One more deep inhale. Deep exhale through the mouth. Allow your body to rest completely. Letting go. Allow your body to integrate all the changes. And take this time to rest and to recover. You don't always have to be so busy, pushing yourself so hard. Step back and take care of yourself. Those moments of self-care will add value, energy, purpose, and creativity to everything you do. Give yourself permission to let go completely and enjoy your savasana. Taking your time to slowly start coming up. Taking your time to move your toes, to move your fingers, to come back into your breath. No rush if you need to stay longer in Savasana. Listen to your body. It's a beautiful opportunity to rest. And just when you feel ready, you can roll up. Coming back to stillness. Feeling into your body, feeling what is here, what it has changed. Can you feel you have maybe a little more space? Maybe your mind also has changed. Notice that. Notice your emotional body, any feelings or any emotions that you can notice in this moment. Notice how grounded and connected and relaxed that you might feel in this moment. And remember, this is your true nature, the natural state, our Buddha nature. We can always come back here. In fact, the more we promote this state, the more we charge the batteries in our bodies, and the longer we can maintain this state during the day. Placing the hands together in front of the heart, finishing the practice as we always do with gratitude. Telling to yourself, saying thank you to yourself, to your body, to be healthy, to be here, to be able to practice, to take this time for ourselves, for self-love, self-care, and to grow and to evolve in all levels. Say thank you for anything else that you feel grateful. Connecting with your heart and feeling what happens when you say thank you. Do you feel your body relax and expand? Do you feel contract? Do you feel you vibrate in a higher frequency or in a lower frequency? Just simply noticing. With gratitude, feel. And closing the practice chanting Om together. If you like, if you would like to join me, take a deep inhale through your nose. Namaste. Thank you, everyone. I'm going to get a little bit closer to you. And mute. Where are you? Oh, one second. Here.